3 rounds of discussion with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from a Zoom call in Columbia, South Carolina, Matthew, aka the Unbreakable Spirit. And his opponent from a Zoom call in Atlanta, Georgia, Daniel, aka the Executioner. Take it away, Matthew.
Thank you, Jesse, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everyone. This is the 72nd episode of Allies with the Unbreakable Spirit.
And the Executioner, Daniel Travis.
Let's run through the topics.
1.
Kenny Omega is unsure about his future in AEW.
Topic number 2.
Our thoughts on the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship.
Number 3.
Is Sami Zayn the new Daniel Bryan? Let's hop into topic 1. So, Kenny Omega might not resign with AEW.
I mean, honestly, what does he need to honestly accomplish in the company except for win the TNT title? Maybe he could honestly elevate that championship, honestly.
I mean, he could. He's one of the best wrestlers, sports entertainers wrestlers, whatever you want to call him, indie contractors in the industry today.
True. I think Kenny Omega doing open challenges might honestly elevate that title. I mean, because honestly, if I'm him and I won, and I got a family to provide, and the company that I helped started isn't really using me for how I want to be used, I go to another wrestling company and make a shit ton of money.
Honestly, if he doesn't resign with AEW, could WWE scoop him up?
And yeah. And if WWE does scoop him up, could also WWE scoop up the Young Bucks as well? And another question I have is, if WWE scoops up the Elite, will that honestly damage AEW?
Yes, it will. In case you forgot what the E stands for in AEW.
Right. If the Elite leave,
that's just all wrestling.
Yeah, but my honest take here is, you got the timer going, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I'm not a novice like I used to be.
But my honest take is, I mean, great. If I would stay in this company if there's some stuff that I want to honestly accomplish and maybe help elevate this company. But with this company having so much goddamn fucking talent, I would take my talent elsewhere.
Yeah.
Or just work behind the scenes, because I'm like, shit, if I'm doing this for a living and the company that I helped start isn't exactly pushing me to only push me to main event level status one time, there's something wrong here.
Yeah, and also we've heard the rumors of Jay White coming back to the US. I know this is a little off topic, but we do tend to get chaotic here. Would you rather have Jay White be in AEW or WWE?
I mean, if Jay White were to go to WWE, he'd have a lot more name recognition. But if he were to go to WWE, he would make an absolute shit ton of money.
You mean AEW?
Yeah, if he was in AEW, he'd get a lot of name recognition. If he went to WWE, well, he wouldn't have any name recognition, even though WWE thinks that, we don't watch other fucking promotions. He would make a shit ton of money.
As evident by this year's My Rise, but we'll cover that more next week's episode.
Yeah.
But I do have a question. Which would you, out of the other wrestling promotions, which would you prefer Kenny to go to?
I mean, not Impact, because no one, no offense to Impact Wrestling, but no one really gives a shite about that company.
Yeah. Even though they have the Bullet Club in Impact.
Yeah. I would, if I were Kenny, I mean, well, there's two companies. You could go to the NWA and add the 10 pounds of gold to your resume.
True.
You could go back to the company that made you famous, New Japan.
Also true.
Or you could go to the biggest wrestling promotion in the world and make a shit ton of money and win lots of championships.
Well, he already makes a shit ton of money.
Okay, even more money under the WWE umbrella.
Yeah, but I'm worried they would try to like change his name or gimmick or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that is a fair point. That is honestly.
That is worrisome.
Yeah. And I also think is that if I'm Kenny, it's like, hey, why am I even still sticking around this company when, like,
When they don't respect the legacy I've created for myself.
in this whole company? It's like, yeah, I mean, like, hell, at one time, in the 3 years that he's been with AEW, he literally held like 4 world titles for 4 different promotions at the same time. Like, I'm glad Kenny Omega's back to being a babyface and all, but it's just like, hey, either stick to the company that made you, that you helped launch, or take your shit and go somewhere else and win championships and make money.
Yeah. And I will say, if Kenny does come to WWE, I would love to see the graphics on him. But also, they have some of his taunts in the video games.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's listed under the cleaner. Because that's his nickname, apparently.
Yeah, it is. But
I personally would like to see him in WWE. I think he could have some great matches with some of the talent.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Also, we could potentially get a Bullet Club leader triple threat if he comes.
Oh god.
Finn Balor versus AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega. We'll be back with topic 2.
Bye.
Why do you say bye? It's not the end of the podcast. Jesus.
How has WWE done with the women's tag team titles since their return?
Terribly.
My honest opinion, nothing.
Yeah, they've done terrible.
Yeah, I mean, like, great. Okay, kids, let's jump into this shit. You had Eva and Raquel Rodriguez win the titles. They didn't really do a whole lot. Then you had Damage Control, and they haven't really done a whole lot. And now they're with Alita,
Becky and Lita.
Yeah, I mean, like, hell. There was that time. Oh yeah, and there was a time when they were with Asuka and Alexa Bliss. Yeah, where they were the champions and then they lost it. And then
they lost it like what, a week later?
No. And Alexa and they won it on a random episode of Raw, and then they lost it literally a week later at a Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Like, bro. Like, you had more champions than I could even count since you like.
Also, yeah, having a lot of champions, prestige does not make.
No. What is your take, Matthew?
I think they've done terribly with the titles.
And why is that?
Because, like, well, first off, let me just say, we obviously know their existence is to, like, elevate women's wrestling and give them more titles to go after. But in order to have a to do the titles right, have an actual women's tag team division.
Yeah, and also, here's another take. Also, the tag team titles aren't even being defended this year at WrestleMania.
Yeah, they're part of a 6-woman tag. Make the 6-woman tag winner take all.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, legitimately. But they can't do that because the Raw Women's Champion is fighting Asuka.
Also very true. But I mean, my honest fucking take here is hell, your NXT tag team division has more of legit tag team roster than your fucking main roster one.
And they have an odd couple as their women's tag team champions of Fallon Henley and Kiana James.
Yeah. I forgot about those people.
Of course you did.
Yeah, but it's like if you're an NXT tag team division, like, and this is gonna be a really hot take for me, but if your
What else is
NXT
new?
tag, if your NXT tag team division has done a better job elevating those titles than your main roster women's tag team titles, something's wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
If you have a tag team division and your developmental brand is elevating those titles more than you are on your main show, I'm like, okay, here's another thing.
And also, while we're on the subject of women's tag team titles, the WWE was originally a tri-brand title. Then what the fuck was the point of making a tri-brand title if they were just going to have NXT women's tag team champions?
If you know what, that is a fair point. That is a fair point, Matthew. But here's another take. Also, and this is just about the WWE Women's Division in general, but it's just, I don't think that they need more than just their tag team titles.
Where are the mid-card titles?
I mean, hell, I heard, and this is an actual thing I heard Dana Brooke wanted to turn the 24/7 championship into the Women's Intercontinental.
I heard that too.
And I honestly like that. But
instead, they decided to throw the title in the trash.
Literally. But anyway.
Yes, literally. Look it up on YouTube, people.
Back on topic, folks. But I honestly think that the women's division in WWE, ever since these titles were introduced in the first place, back when Bayley and Sasha Banks won them, have been booked terribly.
Yeah, and Sasha and Naomi, I feel like they were sort of the downfall because they walked out of the company and vacated the title.
Yeah, and then WWE didn't do anything with the titles, like
at all. And keep in mind, people, the women of WWE in general do not have a lot of titles to go after.
Literally 2.
I was talking in the entire company. They have like
2.
5.
5?
SmackDown Women's, Raw Women's Tag Team, NXT Women's Tag Team, NXT Women.
Yeah, 5 titles, Brandon. Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, the men have like a whole.
They have a clusterfuck of amount.
Yes, but my honest take, another take here is, what is the point of trying to elevate the women's revolution, or the whole point of the women's revolution, if your whole tag team division is being booked like shit?
What tag team division?
Exactly my point.
WWE, get your shit together.
We'll be back with topic number 3.
Yep. And we are back with the final topic. Is Sami Zayn the new Daniel Bryan of World Wrestling Entertainment?
Maybe.
I feel like he is.
Why do you
Now,
say
am I
maybe?
saying he's gonna like dethrone Roman? Hell
No.
no, he got smashed at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like underdog storytelling, he's one of the best there is.
Yeah. And the thing that I will say is that we are this is a thing that we have learned, but it's just ever since Sami Zayn had that heel turn a couple years ago, back when Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens had that rivalry, and he helped pull Kevin Owens off of the table when Shane jumped off of Hell in a Cell again.
Yeah. Like,
Uh,
Shane, you need to start doing that, man.
yeah, but anyway, my point is that now you know that Sami Zayn can play a good heel.
And a good comedic.
Yeah, but
Like, he created Uzi.
yeah, but my honest take is, yeah, I can kind of see Sami Zayn as the new Daniel Bryan, but I can also see Sami Zayn being one of those guys that's just, if they need to, they can't put him in the main event of a pay-per-view, but also they could just put him they could literally just put him in the mid card.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and he's been a mid-card champion.
True, he just hasn't been the U.S. champion.
Yeah, but he's been Intercontinental.
Also true. My honest take on Sami Zayn being a new Daniel Bryan is like, that is kind of an interesting thing to say, because
It's also a little confusing when you think about it. I probably could have phrased it better when I came up with this topic, because Daniel Bryan played a character called the new Daniel Bryan.
Oh yeah.
When he was that eco warrior guy who had a less eco-friendly championship than the regular WWE championship.
Oh yeah. But my honest take is that Sami Zayn is definitely mid card or main event level worthy, but it's just, I don't know if Sami Zayn like, don't get me wrong, ever since Sami Zayn went back to being a babyface, he is a great babyface, but it's just like I get he's currently involved in the bloodline stuff, but it's this whole WrestleMania.
And Kevin is refusing to help him because Kevin Owens beat Kevin Owens.
Yeah, this whole but anyway, I kind of see your point. Yes, I can see Sami Zayn as the new Daniel Bryan, but I will admit is that there is they could have, out of all the people they could have picked, is like, well, I get it could have been Sammy, but there's also it could have been Dolph Ziggler. I mean, why not Dolph? That man's been around.
Well, Dolph must be more of Shawn Michaels, I think.
Yeah. True. You got anything you want to add to this whole?
And like what I meant by that, like this was definitely on topic, but what I meant was like, in terms of popularity, I see a lot of what we saw in Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn. Aside from being both of them being indie darlings and whatnot.
I mean, true, both of them were indie darlings.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Sami Zayn is definitely main event level or mid card level worthy, but
I think in order for him to win a major world title and complete that triple crown, he's gotta win the world title after Roman loses both.
yeah, whoever's the honestly, I'm gonna say something here is that whoever, this is something that I've not said before, but it's just whoever is the person that has to follow up Roman Reigns' title reign, good goddamn luck.
Good luck, Cody Rhodes. You're gonna need it
If it is you.
if it is him. Otherwise, I have no idea who it could be.
Yeah, but anyway, it's just I believe that Sami Zayn is. If you want to make Sami Zayn more of an underdog, more of that babyface comeback shit, is that you gotta make him just relatable to just anybody. That you gotta put him in more underdog situations.
Yeah.
Don't just
And the WWE Universe loves an underdog story.
Yeah, I mean, like, hell, if you're gonna make him the underdog, yes, go after the bloodline, but there's literally tons of other ways you could make him an underdog. There's tons of ways.
Yeah, and the timer just went off. We are out of time for this episode.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, bitch.
We'll see you next week. Roll that outro. Thank you for listening to At Odds, hosted by the Unbreakable Spirit
And the Executioner.
edited by the Unbreakable Spirit. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MTS_life_0126.
You can follow me on Instagram at DanTravis21, and you can also follow me on the Twitter at DanTheExecutioner21.
And you can follow the podcast at Odds Podcast. We'll be back next week with more debates and discussion. But until then, the Executioner and the Unbreakable Spirit will still be at odds.
Thank you, losers.